Hello and welcome on behalf of TopGMATPrepCourses.com. Today we're going to be doing a quick tutorial video here of exactly what you would get in terms of an online functionality if you were to make a Manhattan GMAT prep course purchase. That would include both an in-person prep course option as well as an online prep course option. We first want to thank Manhattan for allowing us to do this tutorial video. It's our goal at TopGMATPrepCourses.com to provide our readers with the most information possible to allow them to make the best decision in terms of choosing the right GMAT prep course for them. So that being said, we'll jump right into it here. You can see that we're on the home page of the online dashboard. So this home page, actually you can see here at the top, there are a lot of different areas that you could click in and go to access a lot of the information that is down here below. You can see here we have the student resources section, and then a little bit further down you also have extra resources. A lot of these resources are spread throughout the options up here. It's very nice that Manhattan provides you with this very easy to use homepage that has a lot of it laid out for you. There are a few things that are not available on this first page of the home page, which we'll go through in the end. What we're going to do is walk through what is available to you right here off the bat on this first page. So the first thing that Manhattan would like you to look at is this welcome guide here. So we'll click on it and we'll show you. You can see that it's going to show you what's coming with your prep course option. So you can see here you've got your books, your practice exams. It walks you through exactly what you're going to get, and there's just pages of information available to you. We'll go back to the student resources page, and the first thing we're going to look at is this reading list and syllabus. So here we are. This is the first page of it. I'm not going to go past this because there is a lot of proprietary information within this, but I will show you and explain to you. You can see here that you have an option of a bird's eye view on page 2. It's very nice that Manhattan put this together for you. It's going to show you exactly what you're going to be going through in terms of your 9 sessions. Very transparent. And then you also have here pages 3 through 11, all the homework that you're going to be working on. So again, laid out very nicely for you. And then you also have down here where Manhattan has put together questions within their study guides that you can go through. You know, there are easier ones that they've identified as well as harder ones that you've identified. They've given you more integrated reasoning to do as well as more essay. This is very nice. So for those of you who are trying to maybe get a 700 plus, Manhattan has laid out for you the harder questions to make that more possible for you. For those of you who maybe aren't reaching for the 700 plus, maybe want to touch on a few harder questions but really focus hard on the easier questions, they've laid out here the easier questions for you as well. So we will go back to the student resources section, and the next option we're going to have is this GMAT Navigator. So we'll click on this. This to me is an amazing tool that Manhattan has put together. So what you're going to get when you make a Manhattan prep course purchase, you're going to get a lot of study guides that come with that, including the official GMAT guide. And as opposed to going through those guides and maybe circling the answers to your questions within the book, or having your separate notepad to the right of you where you're marking down your answers, you're going to have the ability to go through and answer those questions electronically. And that's going to give you the ability to really analyze how you're doing. It is an amazing functionality that they're offering. So you can see here, here's question 57 of the official GMAT guide. You don't see the full question for copyright purposes. You would need to have your guide sitting next to you to read the question, but you would have the option to come in here and select your answer. So this is one I had actually already selected, so I'll click do again. I'll just leave it on here on answer C, and I'll have the option to submit the answer. You can see here I also have the option to identify is this a guess or not, and I also have the option to designate whether or not I need to redo it later, so maybe yes or no. So we'll go ahead and we'll submit this answer. So it's submitted. You can see up here you could select this option to auto reveal the explanation. We did not have it selected, so when you're ready you're able to show the answer right here, and you can see it's nice and easy, the explanation laid out here. You don't have to go to pages in the back of a book or anything. It's just very nice. And then up here you also have an option to watch a video explanation. So you don't have this option for all questions, but you have the option for a lot of questions, and I'll show you here in a second after I show you how easy it is to view it. So you would just click on play, and here it is. I'm going to go ahead and press pause. It would go on to explain the answer to you, and you can see here that it's actually just shy of 9 minutes worth of an explanation. So Manhattan has put a lot of thought into this, and it is going to be very useful for you if you're really trying to stretch and get a really good GMAT score. So we'll go ahead and exit off of there, and I'll show you just how many of these video explanations are available. Like I said, it's not every question, but here you go. Here's a full list of them. You could just click on any one if you want to go to that question. If you just wanted to work on all questions that had video explanations, you could do that. We'll exit out of that, and we'll show you also. So up here you have this icon right here. So what that is, all questions that have been deemed extremely difficult by Manhattan, they have this icon attached to them. So Manhattan, they've had this online functionality for a while, and so they've been collecting data for a long time from their students as they go through and they answer questions. And so what that has allowed them to do is figure out what are the most difficult questions, for students. So there's a list put together of all these really difficult questions. For those of you who are really trying to aim at getting a high score and you really want to focus hard on difficult questions, this is a really nice feature for you. You also have the ability to sort by problems by topic, which is really nice. And then you have the option here to review your answers. So we'll click on here real quick to show you what you would get in that view. You can see that it's put together by area, so data sufficiency, problem solving, critical reasoning, reading comp, sentence correction, they're all right here. So I've answered 2 questions in data sufficiency, and you can see here it's laid out very nicely. On the first one I had answered C, it was correct. I didn't take any time to answer it. I just clicked on it really fast, just as we did in this last example. So you can see no time spent. However, if you were to work through it like a normal student would, your time would be reflected. And you can see here that option that I had showed you. So if you want to select that it was a guess, you could do that, as well as if you wanted to select to do it again, and then it's going to show you what the difficulty level was. So you could go through here and you could analyze your results. There's also another view to analyze your results, another couple views, which are extremely nice. I'll show those to you. So you first have this table view. So you can see again it's by section. So right now we're on the data sufficiency section right here. You can see here there's 358 total questions for data sufficiency, and then you've got I've answered 2. I got 1 right, so 50%. I didn't spend any time on those. I just selected the answers, so my average time here reflects 0. But as you were to move through your 358 questions, you might see that your average time is 3 minutes, and that's going to show you that, hey, you're maybe spending a little too much time on your questions. Or it's going to show that your average time is 1:30, and it's just going to give you that extra added confidence that you're doing really well. The great thing about this is it's not just in general, you have it by section. So if you scroll down here, you can see it's going to analyze how you're doing by a very specific category, which is very nice. You also have this graphical display view. So I will click on this, and I'm going to show you within here. So here is an example that they've put together where had you answered had you worked through a lot of the different areas, so quant, data sufficiency, problem solving, and verbal, this is eventually what you're going to get to in terms of a view. So each one of these circles represents one of these areas over here to the right. Your goal is to have your circles over here in the top right hand corner, because if you see down here on the bottom, this is your average time spent, so essentially 0 time, no time at all is on the bottom right, and it stretches all the way over to 3 minutes over here on the left. And then on your left you have average accuracy, so at the bottom 0% all the way up to 100%. So your goal would be to have your circles all the way over here on the right, which would mean you're getting between 80 and 100% correct, as well as your time is, a minute or less. Now what you might see is your circles start falling, down here to the bottom left a little bit, and that's just going to identify to you the areas that you really need to work on. So this here is an amazing tool to help you get that GMAT score that you really want. I can't stress enough how nice this would be to have going through your process. So we'll go back to the Student Resources view, and the next thing that we're going to take a look at are the CAT exams. So right here, very nice and easy to click on, and I'm going to show you how easy it is for you to do one of your 6 available CAT exams through Manhattan. Now you would also get 2 CAT exams that are going to be downloadable from MBA.com, but this is just the view of the 6 from Manhattan. So you would click here on, I had already started it to look at it, so you click resume, and here's your view that you're going to be working through. So it's really nice because it's very similar to the view that you're going to get on the official GMAT. So when it comes time to do your official GMAT, nothing's going to be a surprise to you. You're going to be very comfortable with the format, and it's really going to help you get that desired score. But you can see how easy it is to access that CAT exam online. So we'll go ahead and exit out of that, and we're going to go back to the Student Resources section. And here you can see you've also got the option for an online lab. So we'll click on the lab, and what these are, so you have 9 sessions that are going to come with your Manhattan GMAT prep course option. That's going to be where if you do it in person, you're going to have 9 classes. If you do it online, you're going to have 9 online sessions. These labs are going to be typically between 60 and 90 minutes long, and it's going to be extra information that was not given to you within your classes, but is going to be very useful to you in terms of getting a really good GMAT score. And so you can see here they're available to you online, very easy to use. So we'll click on that really fast, and we come to this view here, and Manhattan here it is. Lab, so this is essentially what you're going to be looking at as you go through one of these labs. Very nice. The functionality is amazing. So we will go back, and we're going to go back to the Student Resources, and we're going to scroll down here to the class recordings. So the class recordings, essentially if you miss an in-person class or you miss one of your online live classes, you're going to have the ability to make up those sessions. If you choose an in-person prep course option, your only option is going to be to view one of the pre-recorded sessions that is in here. If you choose the online version of the Manhattan GMAT Prep, you're going to have these 9 pre-recordings just as you would with the in-person, but you're also going to have the ability to view your actual online prep course class that you missed. They're going to record it, and it's going to be available to you. But you can see again here, all 9 are right here at your fingertips, very easy to use. This is a great option for those of you who have very busy work schedules and you might miss a couple of them. They're going to be right here at your fingertips. So we're going to go back to the Student Resources view, and right here we move into sections. So we'll click on the sections. Now they're not listed out here for me because I have Manhattan has granted me special privileges to get in here and do this tutorial, but if you were to have selected or purchased a GMAT prep option, this would be in here for you, and there would be 27 sections. So a section is essentially per session, so you get 9 sessions, you're going to get 3 sections, so a total of 27 sections. And a section is going to be online. An instructor for 1 hour is going to walk through some of the more difficult questions that you've been walking through and working through within your homework. So it's not going to be one-on-one, but it still is an amazing tool that you can utilize, and it's going to help you get that desired GMAT score. So that being said, we'll go back to the Student Resources page, and we'll go down here to this GMAT Prep option. So we'll click on this, and this is just another option that's available to you. So get free GMAT Prep software. You can see here those 2 full-length practice tests that we had mentioned, downloadable from MBA.com. So it's just really nice that that option is right there and that easy to get to. Then you have your ebooks, which are right here, which I think is absolutely amazing. So we'll click on this, and you can see here at the top you have the option to select which device you're utilizing, And then down here you can get in and actually download one of your ebooks. Now when I first got into this, I saw that I needed to download Adobe, and I thought, oh gosh, this is going to take a long time. It didn't. I was pleasantly surprised. I had it going. I had one of the ebooks downloaded in less than 5 minutes. Extremely easy to utilize. So what you would do is you would just click right here on this download option, and for me on the Mac it's going to pop up down here. I'm going to select it. It's going to try and start downloading, but I'm going to cancel because I've already downloaded it. And here is the downloaded version of it right here. And you can see you have a book right here at your fingertips. This is the Manhattan GMAT Algebra book, so all your study guides are going to be available. You can see 114 pages, all available online to you. I think this is absolutely amazing. So we'll go back to the Student Resources section or view here, and we'll move down into these extra resources that you're going to get. So right here, this is the basic math diagnostic. So once you get started, you can do this diagnostic, and it's going to tell you where you're at, what level you're at, whether or not you need to be focusing on more easier questions or harder questions. And you can see right here how easy it is to start. You would just click. We'll go ahead and just show you, and here you are getting started with your diagnostic. So easy to do. So we'll go back, and here you also have the foundations of math workshops. So these are all the math workshops available to you. We'll click on them and show you. You can see here you got in PDF form. You've also got here your videos. You would just click and go. Here's your homework banks down here. So you would just click any of these and get started on them. You can see there's just a ton available to you. So absolutely amazing. Then you can see here you've got your foundations of verbal practice questions. So we click here, and just again really nice and easily laid out for you. You would just hit the start and go, similar to what we've done with some of the other ones. Extremely easy to get through. You've also got available to you advanced quant practice questions. So that is right here. That's optional. But it is right here, and you would need to contact Student Services in order to learn more about that and to be able to access it. Then you have your Manhattan GMAT online flashcards. So we'll click on this, and we'll show you how easy this is. So and when I took the GMAT, I actually hand wrote out some of my flashcards. To have the option here just to easily download and print them is extremely nice. Study online, so just download them. Or if you even want it on your iPhone, that's an option. This is absolutely amazing. So go back here, and we'll go to the Manhattan GMAT course downloads. So anytime you are, maybe you lost or misplaced some of your class handouts, you can just come right on here, and you can just download those very easily right here from home. Go back, and the next thing are the online forums. So I won't click on this, but it gives you the ability to talk to other GMAT students and ask Manhattan GMAT instructors questions. I think this is absolutely amazing that Manhattan gives you this ability. So as opposed to self-prepping, to where you're buying a guide, you're working through it, maybe you run into an issue and you're like, oh crap, maybe this is something I really need to know, but you don't really have anybody to reach out to. It's very nice that you have a community here which you can get on and ask your questions, and you know you're going to get a timely response. Down below that, you have Thursdays with Ron. So this is every 2 weeks. It's going to be a student-led session where Ron's going to answer questions that people submit beforehand. Just another really good tool that's available to you to help you get that desired GMAT score. You also have down here question banks. So we click on the question banks, and it's going to take you to this page, and you're going to scroll down. You're going to see here all these question banks you can work through, and again, you're just going to hit start, or maybe you've already started it, like I took a peek at it, so I had already started. Maybe I want to resume it. You're just going to hit resume, and you're going to go. Very easy. You also have a challenge problem showdown. So what this challenge problem is, every month the Manhattan site, they're going to put out a Manhattan challenge problem. So that's going to be an extremely difficult math quant problem. They're also going to post the answer to the previous, and it's nice because you have available to you all the historical challenge problems. So as opposed to, maybe you're just doing your prep course for 2 months, maybe just having access to two, you're going to have access to all the historical ones, which is very nice. So we'll click on that right here, and we'll just show you. This is essentially the view that you're going to get. You're going to be able to submit your answer here. They've got, you can see over here, monthly prizes. Pretty neat, I will say. So then over here, we also have the Quest for 750 Advanced workshops. So if you're the type of person who is really striving to get to that next level, this is going to be a nice option for you. We'll click on that real quick, and you can see there's nothing in here. But if you wanted access, that can be purchased separately, but still a very nice option that's going to be available to you. Then you have this GMAT Write. So we'll click on it. What this GMAT Write is, you're going to have the ability to do 2 essays, and they're going to be graded with the same algorithm and exactly like the official GMAT is going to grade them. That's very nice because going into the GMAT, you can wonder, okay, how is this going to be graded? How am I going to do? You really don't know. But with this option, you submit one of your 2 essays, and that essay goes and gets analyzed, and then they come back to you with responses, and it's going to allow you then to redo your essay and apply the responses that they had given to you, and then see how you do. And that second time is going to be graded exactly like the official GMAT as well. So this really is an amazing tool. Very, very nice and easy to use, and it's extremely nice that Manhattan has given you that ability. You also have down here, this is essentially where you can submit or look at errors. So within study guides, not necessarily Manhattan's, but other study guides that Manhattan is going to provide you, there's always a question or two throughout those that maybe there's something a little quirky about it, just wasn't caught before printing. What this is going to do, it's going to allow you to take a quick overview of what those are, and before you start studying, so you can identify those, and you're not working through something maybe that's unsolvable or something like that. But essentially, you can see here, you would just click on it, and it's going to show you, what the issue might be. So sometimes they're not big. It's just nice that Manhattan has taken the time to put that together for you. So that is what you get in terms of the student resources and the extra resources. Now, with that being said, you're also going to have a few different things available to you up here in this section that was not available to you down below. So in the CAT exams, you're going to have this additional CAT exams. So from time to time, Manhattan might offer you discounts to get additional CAT exams through an outside source. So you're going to have that option. No telling what will be there when you make your GMAT prep course purchase, but there's potential that you're going to have some discounts available to you. And then you're also going to have this practice center reservations. So if you're in New York City and you want to schedule some time within the Manhattan space, you can do that. So you can go there and you can study designated for certain times. You also can take your CAT exam there, your practice CAT exam, that is. So this is nice that Manhattan allows you that ability. Again, this is only in New York City. You also have available to you under the homework and practices the official guide stopwatch. So right here, this is going to allow you to time yourself working through certain questions. So you see here right now we've got the official guide stopwatch 1 for integrated reasoning. So you just click here, you would go in here, you could set your target time. You could set the time for when the question is going to stop, and you're going to have to move on to the next one. Maybe you want to solve everything in under 1:30. You would just type in 1:30, and you would work through these questions. It's going to help you get used to the fact that you need to answer things in a timely fashion as you move through the GMAT. So that is a nice option. And then over here, you're also going to have an integrated reasoning section. So click on that, and you're going to have right here a bunch of different views that you can do. So introduction to integrated reasoning, graphs, MSRs, tables, all right here. You just click the view and you go. Very nice and easy from home. And then also down here, you've got all these question banks. So just start and go. Very, very nice. You also are going to have available to you under the resources and downloads the GMAT Uncovered guide. So this guide is just another option that Manhattan is giving to you. It doesn't just focus on how to answer questions. It's going to look into different strategies and things like that for solving GMAT problems, but also it's going to be an introduction to the business school application process and a lot more. So it's just nice that you have this available to you. And then you also have integrated reasoning, which this is essentially the same view that we just got and we were just on, so I won't walk through that again. And then you have office hours. So you can see that you could schedule office hours. So if you want to purchase one-on-one sessions, you can do so. It's at a discounted rate, but essentially this is the view that you would be working with, and you would just click and go. You would schedule your office hours and you would meet virtually. So really nice that that is available to you there. And essentially that is it, with the exception of on your home page. You can see here you also have your class schedule. So mine's not going to be on here because, again, they gave me special privileges to get on here and do this tutorial video, but your class schedule would be laid out right here, nice and easy for you to view. So with that being said, that is essentially what you're going to get in terms of the online functionality if you were to make a Manhattan GMAT prep course purchase. I hope this was very useful to you. If you have any specific questions for things I didn't cover, or maybe it wasn't clear, please reach out to the Manhattan support group. They are very useful and they're going to be able to answer any questions that you might have. Again, we want to thank Manhattan for allowing us to do this tutorial video. At TopGMATPrepCourses.com, it's our goal to provide the most information possible to our readers, and thank you again, Manhattan, for allowing us to do that. Please look out for future videos that we're going to do, and if you like this video, if it was useful to you, please like it, please share it. We would greatly appreciate it, and thank you very much.